Welcome back, Barca family. Today's episode is absolutely packed with breaking news and huge updates straight from Camp Nou. From Frenkie de Jong's blockbuster new contract that puts him among Barcelona's top earners, to Hansi Flick's tactical shakeup as he reconsiders his defensive options. And finally, the massive decision on Robert Lewandowski's future that signals the end of an era at the club. We'll also break down the latest tension between Spain and Barcelona over Dani Olmo's injury and what it means for El Clásico. So make sure you drop a like, subscribe and turn on notifications, because you don't want to miss a single update from Camp Nou. Barcelona captain's new deal will put him alongside club's top earners, a report. According to La Vanguardia, Frenkie de Jong's new gross salary after signing his contract renewal will now be in line with Raphinha and Pedri, estimated between €18 and €20 million per season. Notably, the agreement, which will officially be completed on October 15th, extends the Dutch midfielder's stay at the club until June 2029. It must be noted that Barcelona have clarified that de Jong's new deal will not include any deferred payments. The player has already received the pending amounts from his previous contract, meaning his new agreement will begin with a clean slate. This move marks the end of a long-running issue surrounding his salary adjustments, which stemmed from his contract renewal back in 2020. The club and de Jong have maintained a strong relationship for several months, with both parties satisfied with how discussions have progressed. With this renewal, the 28-year-old will now be among the club's top earners, though still below rising star Lamine Yamal, who currently leads the wage chart with around €40 million gross per season. Strong relationship between the two. Barcelona have been firm in stating that the new contract will not involve any delayed payments, unlike his previous deal. According to club sources, the midfielder has already been compensated for the deferred wages from recent seasons, with those amounts being settled between last year and the current one. As part of the renewal, the remaining repayments that were initially scheduled to continue until 2026 will now be evenly spread across the additional 3 years in the new contract. This ensures financial stability for both the club and the player while simplifying the wage structure moving forward. With his salary now aligned with the squad's top performers, Barcelona are looking ahead with a balanced and motivated group, at least until 2029. Hansi Flick reconsidering 23-year-old Barcelona defender as left center-back option. According to a recent update from Javier Gascon in Mundo Deportivo, it has come to light that Barcelona manager Hansi Flick is revisiting an option he explored during the summer friendlies, which is to deploy Gerard Martin as a left center-back. This consideration comes following Alejandro Bald's return to full fitness, giving Flick more flexibility in defensive options. It must be noted that Bald could start at left-back against Girona, having come off the bench in the previous matches against PSG and Sevilla. His recovery has reopened the possibility of repositioning Martin, who was already tested in the center-back role during pre-season. Notably, when Íñigo Martínez left for Al Nassr, Barcelona found themselves without a left-footed center-back, prompting Flick to try Martin in that position. For what it is worth, the 23-year-old did not look out of place during those experiments. With youth player Jofre Torrents ready to act as cover for Bald on the wing, the question now is whether Martin can be a viable option in the center of defense. Currently, Barcelona's first team is well stocked with right-footed center-backs, including Eric Garcia, Pau Cubarsí, Ronald Araujo and Andreas Christensen. However, the squad lacks a left-footed center-back, creating a potential imbalance in defense. By moving Martin into this role, Flick could maintain greater balance across the backline while keeping two right-footed players from occupying the central positions simultaneously. The experiment is likely to give Barcelona the tactical versatility needed, especially in high-stakes matches like the upcoming clash with Girona and Olympiacos. As such, Martin's deployment as a left center-back could provide Barcelona with a crucial defensive solution while ensuring that the squad maintains its structural balance. Dani Olmo offers Clásico injury hint as Spain manager sparks Barcelona fury with latest comments. Barcelona are said to have significant concerns over Spain's management of injured players. Barcelona are once again frustrated with Spain's national team management after a fresh injury setback involving Dani Olmo. The midfielder has suffered a muscle injury serious enough to send him back to Barcelona for further tests, and his chances of featuring in El Clásico against Real Madrid on October 26 are now in serious doubt. Reports from Marca confirmed that Olmo aggravated the injury during Spain's training sessions, despite Barcelona warning the national team about his fitness concerns when he first joined up with the squad. Instead of resting him immediately, Spain allowed him to take part in light training, a move that ultimately made things worse. Upon arriving back in Barcelona, Olmo told La Sexta. "We'll see if I can play in El Clásico," showing uncertainty about his recovery timeline. Doctors now fear he could be sidelined for up to 5 weeks, meaning he might miss several key fixtures. This situation has reignited tensions between Barcelona and Spain, which were already high after Lamine Yamal's recent injury. Hansi Flick had previously criticized Spain's medical handling of Yamal, and now, with Olmo's setback, the relationship between the two camps looks even more strained. In short, another injury headache for Flick, another frustration for Barcelona, and a major question mark hanging over Olmo's availability for the biggest game of the season. Olmo's injury has only added fuel to the fire, and De La Fuente did not help the matter in his latest update on the midfielder, in which he denied receiving a report from Barcelona upon his arrival, contradicting the RFF's statement. Dani was in perfect condition when he arrived. There was no medical report and he simply had a minor discomfort, De La Fuente claimed. He hadn't trained all week, thinking his progress would be better, but eventually the discomfort worsened and we decided for his health and safety that he should leave the training camp, knowing that he was unlikely to be back for Tuesday. If we had been certain he could be back without risk as we always do, he would have stayed. Decision made, Barcelona will not renew veteran's contract due to physical decline. According to a recent report from Sport, it has been learned that Barcelona have decided not to renew Robert Lewandowski's contract. The outlet affirms that the club is concerned about his declining physical performance and his inability to press at the same pace as his teammates. Regarding the 2026-27 season, Barcelona believe they cannot rely on Lewandowski as a starting striker and need a backup who can maintain the team's intensity on the pitch. For that matter, instead of pursuing big-name replacements like Julian Alvarez, Barcelona are turning their attention to younger talents who can compete alongside Ferran Torres. One of the leading candidates is Levante striker Pedri and Raphinha, who has been on Barcelona's radar for some time. The club sees these emerging players as a better long-term fit for the squad, capable of matching the energy and tactical demands required under Hansi Flick. The end of an era. Lewandowski's exit seems increasingly certain. At 37 years old, the Polish striker has reached a stage where his performance has noticeably dropped. He no longer maintains the intensity needed to press opponents effectively, making the decision to part ways a clear one for the club. Barcelona have already begun planning for the next season, with finding a suitable replacement listed as a top priority. As for Lewandowski's future, uncertainty remains. He could choose to extend his playing career for another year or two, or he might finally retire and settle permanently in Catalonia. The striker himself has remained cautious in public statements, avoiding any clear hints about his next move. What is clear is that Barcelona are looking forward, ready to invest in new talents who can maintain the team's competitive edge while also adapting to the high-intensity style that has become the club's hallmark. Lewandowski's legacy at Barcelona will be remembered, but the club is already preparing for life without him. And there you have it, Barca family. Frenkie de Jong becomes one of Barcelona's highest-paid players, Hansi Flick continues to rebuild his perfect defensive unit, and Lewandowski's time at the top looks to be coming to an emotional end. With El Clásico around the corner and Dani Olmo's injury drama still unfolding, the next few weeks could define Barcelona's entire season. Tell us in the comments, do you think Barca made the right decision about Lewandowski's future? Until next time, stay tuned, stay passionate, and as always, Visca el Barça.